Hey man, what it is? This is Dame, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App, $ Dean by any means. There go the PayPal at Dean by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Hey, y'all, I keep hearing all of these Earthmen and so called tank fans that actually tank haters, you know what I'm saying, out here pushing narratives, out here talking about Gervonta Davis only takes easy fights. I wonder if they ever said that on the Roz podcast. I just wonder, but I doubt it. I doubt that when they was on there, they was saying that type of thing. Whatever. Just goes to show you how fake these content creators and these fans actually be. You see what I'm saying? They throw rocks and then try to hide their hand. Won't do it around Dean though. So let's talk. Why can't Tank fight Tio? Why not Loma? Why not Shakur? Why not Devin? Tank only takes easy fights. Oh, really? Well, let's talk about it then. Let's start with Teofimo Lopez. Everybody that say we want to see Tank versus Tio, well, you need to go talk to Bob Arum and Teofimo Lopez because Teofimo Lopez is in litigations. Teofimo Lopez admitted that he was capping about the monkey stuff and that he was only doing it to get a reactions, which proves that he knows that he said some racist stuff, which makes him racist. But it's Terrence Crawford's fault and Gervonta Davis' fault that Teofimo Lopez don't got his business together. It is not Tank and Terrence Crawford's fault that Tio is not allowed to fight right now because he's going at it with his own promotional company. Usually, y'all, it'd be hard to make fights when you got to go cross promotion, right? How hard do you think it would be to make a fight when the own fighter is going at it with his own promotional company? That's one. So all you people sitting up there talking about, well, Tank, why he ain't fighting Tio? Tio is not allowed to fight right now. Next. What's your next excuse? But you know about business and boxing. If a fighter is in litigations, until that gets settled, he's not allowed to fight. Earth, man. Let's go to Lomachenko. Lomachenko is available. Lomachenko chose to not fight Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And it's so funny how y'all such earthmen. Y'all say, well, Tank should have fought him 7, 8 years ago. Like one got something to do with the other. First of all, Tank wasn't the face of boxing 8 years ago, you earth man. Why would Lomachenko even want to fight him 8 years ago when he wouldn't have got his highest payday from doing it? That's first of all. Second of all, Lomachenko said in 2018 that he don't have to fight Gervonta Davis, and why would he fight Gervonta Davis on pay-per-view? That's what Lomachenko said. And actually, you fast forward now, he was true to that. Because Lomachenko really sat up there and said that he don't want he backed out of negotiations with Gervonta Davis, first of all. So I can't even blame Bob Arum because Bob Arum allowed Lomachenko to go negotiate with Gervonta Davis. Lomachenko chose to back out of the negotiations with Gervonta Davis, not Gervonta Davis. And he said that he wanted to be with his family. And then a month later, he was arguing with Shakur Stevenson ringside at Terrence Crawford fight, saying we could get in the ring now and I'll fight you for free. After Lomachenko manager said tens of millions of dollars can't get Lomachenko in the ring, but fighting Shakur for free can. Y'all some haters and some clowns, bro. And I'm going to keep my foot on y'all neck every step of the way. Shakur Stevenson sat up there and said on Twitter, I forgot who the guys was, is these two Caucasian guys that got a podcast and was basically saying all of the stuff that we've been saying, right? Shakur Stevenson said that they was pushing the narrative, and what does him signing with Eddie have to do with the narrative they pushing? That's Shakur words. Shakur, Eddie Hearn, your promoter, is on record saying that you advised him not to go after a Gervonta Davis fight. How can you advise somebody to not go after a Tank fight, but then say that you want to fight Tank? You told Eddie not to go after the fight. Eddie told you that he don't think you should take the fight right now. All of this is documented, y'all. And then what did you do? You listened to Eddie Hearn. Fort George tried to fight George Cordina. And somehow that's Gervonta Davis' fault. When you was a free agent and you told the whole boxing world that you would take a meeting with every promotional company just to lie to me. And I've been defending you just to lie to me and never go see what PBC was talking about. Never. But you got these Shakur Stevenson channels and fans talking about, well, a contract can get sent. You know how a contract, how could y'all possibly know that when he's never even went to go talk to PBC? That's Shakur Stevenson. Why he can't fight Devin? Devin dropped his belt and retired from the sport months before we even knew months before Gervonta Davis even fought Frank Martin. Devin Haney hasn't been in the ring since April 20th. Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis fought in June. All of this stuff that was going on with Devin Haney happened prior to even Gervonta Davis having his first fight of the year. Has Devin Haney announced that he's coming back to the ring anytime soon? Have y'all heard that? Who's Devin Haney next opponent? Devin Haney don't even have a promotional company right now. Devin Haney is trying to take Ryan Garcia to court. It don't seem like he's too worried about fighting right now. Gervonta Davis told Devin Haney to take off the rest of the year, right? Gervonta Davis told Devin Haney to do that. Y'all some damn earthmen, and it sickens me. And then you got this narrative that Tank only takes easy fights. The same people pushing this narrative weren't saying, because they saying it to defend Shakur Stevenson. They said absolutely nothing when Shakur Stevenson fought Arthur and was going to fight Joe Cordina. So what is Arthur and Joe Cordina if Tank is fighting easy fights? Because last time I checked, Frank Martin beat Arthur. Last time I checked, Lamont Roach is a better fighter at 130 than Joe Cordina is. So what are you talking about? I literally need to know what you're talking about. Hey, y'all, forget what these Earthmen say. I can prove it. Frank Martin already beat Arthur, so get Arthur out the way. If Lamont Roach and Joe Cordina was announced tomorrow, Lamont Roach would be the favorite by a long shot in Vegas. Odds, you know, FanDuel, when you go bet on people, I guarantee you Lamont Roach would be the favorite. So by definition, it can't be an easier fight. By definition, it can't be an easier fight. One fighter is on a six fight win streak. Another fighter, that same fighter, won the belt from Hector Luis Garcia that Gervonta Davis beat. He beat him also, and is coming off a knockout win. Meanwhile, Joe Cordina is coming off a knockout loss from a guy who has a 35% knockout ratio and was on a layoff. I bet you didn't know that the guy that Joe Cordina got knocked out by was on a layoff. So I need to know, how is there possible that he was in there taking easier fights? And to all the people that I don't see come by my channel no more, that I really thought had my back, I see you in other comment sections. Dean be everywhere. I get it, though. But y'all God-fearing, though. But y'all okay with men lying on other men. There's literally no way. And I love Shakur. Shakur is my guy. I just hold him accountable. I'm the same guy that never called him boring. I'm the same guy that when y'all was saying he's not special, I still was saying he's special. I was the same guy that 2 months before he hurt his hands was telling him that I was very concerned about his hands. Actually, y'all, I was the only content creator, including pro Shakur Stevenson channels, that was talking about his hands prior to him injuring it again. I was the same guy telling Shakur Stevenson don't go to Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn don't got nobody for you to fight and there's going to be a bad look for you. I was that same guy. You know what's so funny, y'all? I wasn't getting called a Shakur Stevenson hater then. When I was defending Shakur against that Devin Haney 25% offer, Not one of them YouTube channels or them Shakur Stevenson fans said, Dame, you a hater. Not one. Y'all some earthmen. And I told you I'm going to expose it every step of the way. And if these YouTube channels play with me, I'll expose DMs too. I ask you not to do that. You could play with everybody else. Don't play with me, bro. Straight up and down. I see everything. I hear everything. I'm like the fly on the wall. Gervonta Davis only take easy fights. Really? So what was Yoshino? That was a hard fight. Go, hey, y'all, I want everybody to go to the 135 rankings and then go tell me where Yoshino is ranked. Go look at the 135 rankings and go tell me where Joe Cordina is ranked. See, this is what happens when you knob gobble too much. When you can't be objective, you put yourself into a corner. So now you got to stick to it. There ain't no coming back on this side. Y'all got to stop letting these people sit up there and say that they Gervonta Davis fans, but they have no pro Gervonta Davis any type content. The reason why I can say that I'm a Shakur fan, because everybody knows I got pro Shakur Stevenson content. Whole world was against him against Arthur. I actually enjoyed the fight. Be honest with you. I was disappointed he didn't get the knockout, but he's not a knockout artist, so it is what it is. That's why Just Do Boxing is my guy. I don't agree with Just Do about a lot of this Shakur Stevenson stuff, but the one thing that Just Do don't do is try to trash Gervonta Davis to big up Shakur Stevenson. That's why that's my guy. He's actually a Gervonta Davis fan as well. You know how you can tell? You could tell it by his content. Go look at the way he speaks of Gervonta Davis. Real gonna always recognize real. And guess what? If you haven't subscribed to my man Just Do Boxing, whether you agree with him or don't agree with him, please go subscribe to Just Do, because Just Do is the common voice in boxing, and I love what he brings to the table. We are not the same, my guys. I'm much more controversial. I'm much more direct to the point. Hey, guess what, y'all? And these same guys that sit up there and talk haven't proved me wrong yet. I guess they're going to say Arthur is better than Frank Martin. I guess they're going to say Joe Cordina is better than Lamont Roach, though. So I have no problem with you saying Gervonta Davis take easy fights, as long as you say Shakur Stevenson doing the same thing. And then if y'all say, well, Gervonta Davis is the face of boxing and he's held to a higher standard. Well, if that's the case, then you need to tell your favorite fighter to stop saying what he is going to do, what he ain't going to do. Then that means your favorite fighter need to do everything he needs to do to get the fight with the guy that you hold to a different standard and is the face of boxing. It's not the guy that's at that top. Y'all, you ever played Mortal Kombat? We all played Mortal Kombat, right? In Mortal Kombat, in order to get to the top guy, you got to climb your way up the rankings. Shao Tsung ain't sitting there waiting for you to do anything. Ain't that what make video games fun? You get to the boss at the end of it. Don't you got to do all of this stuff to get to the boss at the end of it? Y'all just don't like that Gervonta Davis is the boss at the end of the video game. That's not my problem. That's yours. Y'all know what this is, though, right? Dean, by any means. And I holla at y'all.